Welcome, my dear friend. Today, we will talk about how you can turn your soul into an unshakable fortress even in life's stormiest moments. Perhaps someone has accused you unfairly. Maybe they stabbed you in the back when you were most vulnerable or exploited the purity of your heart. You may not look defenseless from the outside, but you must know that a soul under God's protection cannot be destroyed by any power on earth. Muhyiddin ibn Arabi says, true protection is not the protection of the body, but of the heart. God shields you against those who upset you with such armor that every arrow shot actually sets out to return to its owner. People think that when they harm someone, they can completely ruin that person's life. Yet, in the divine system, your soul belongs only to the owner of the realm. While protecting you from those who upset you, God sometimes places invisible barriers in between. Sometimes He gives your heart such vastness that no evil they do can seep into your inner world. This situation is a position of divine immunity. When you surrender to God and trust only in Him, a shield of light forms around you, and the darkness of tyrants melts away before that light. The moment you feel you are safe, your protective shield has actually reached its strongest level. Many people think protection is just about physical distance, but divine protection is raising your frequency to a level they cannot reach. When you remain silent and step aside, God draws such a boundary on your behalf that those who want to hurt you drown in their own ambition. When God wants to protect you, He turns the obstacles in your path into stepping stones for you. The attacks of those who upset you become tools that serve your maturation and your attainment of greater wisdom. You should focus only on protecting your own purity within this divine scenario. Remember that your honor and dignity are under God's guarantee. No one can humiliate a servant whom God has made dear. Knowing that you have a Creator who watches over you while those who upset you prepare their own end will give you the greatest peace. In this first part, we understood the essence of divine protection and the immunity of the soul. The only thing you need to do is let go of fear and lean only on that supreme power. In the next section, we will examine how this protection is reflected in your social life and how God cleanses your environment one by one. Are you ready? Because your true power is hidden in that silent faith that no one can destroy. Sometimes you experience breakups in your life that you cannot make sense of, my dear friend. You see people you called your closest suddenly distancing themselves from you. Or you find insurmountable walls built between you and friends you once did everything with. While this may look like a loss from the outside, it is actually the clearest proof that a divine protection mechanism has been activated. As God protects you against those who upset you and pull you down, the first thing He does is prune everyone who does not match your frequency and will harm you, one by one. Muhyiddin ibn Arabi describes this process as the clearing of weeds from the garden of the heart. The Creator, wanting to protect the purity and goodness in your heart, sometimes causes rifts between you and those people because He sees the dangers you cannot see. While you are sad asking why this happened, God is actually saving you from a greater destruction. The departure of those who upset you from your life is not a coincidence. The divine system begins to cast off every weight that hinders your spiritual growth. Just as stones blocking the flow of a river are cleared, those negative human obstacles in your path are removed one by a divine hand. This process of purification can sometimes be painful. Yet the deep lightness you will feel in the end is your true freedom. While people think they are leaving you alone, Allah is actually saving you from them and drawing you to a higher station closer to Him. The departure of those who hurt you and tire your soul from your life is a blessing for you. For a tree surrounded by poisonous vines cannot reach for the sky, no matter how hard it tries. When Allah cuts those vines from your life, your true growth and blossoming begin. You must be at peace, because the few but genuine people remaining in your circle will be your true companions. When Allah Ta'ala removes someone from your life, He is actually making space to put something better in their place. The fact that those who upset you and make you feel worthless stay outside the door one by one is a result of your nobility. Because you wait with dignity without engaging in conflict, Allah surrounds your circle with His own protective shield. Those who will enter your life from now on are those who will accompany your soul and carry you further. In this second part, we have understood how divine purification is a suit of armor, and that loneliness is actually a station of transcendence. In the next section, we will examine the effects of this protection on your material and spiritual sustenance, and how Allah guards your share behind locked doors. Are you ready? Because your sustenance is also under Allah's guarantee of immunity. On your life's journey, you sometimes feel that your sustenance is cut off, or that your share is being blocked by others, my dear friend. Someone comes and tries to take what is yours from your hands. They set their eyes on your sustenance or resort to all sorts of tricks to close the doors before you. At that moment, a fear may awaken within you, and you may feel anxiety about the future. But you must know that the sustenance Allah has decreed for you is a trust, sealed in the heavens. No power on earth can touch that seal. Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi says sustenance is under the protection of the owner of the dominion, and no one can consume the portion of another. While protecting your sustenance against those who upset you, Allah actually builds locked doors that you cannot see. No matter how hard your enemies try to block your share, Allah continues to keep what is good for you in safekeeping. When they close one door, the divine will is actually opening thousands of new and more abundant doors for you. To protect you from the greed of those who upset you, Allah sometimes hides your sustenance even from you, until that storm subsides and you reach the maturity to carry that sustenance. Sustenance does not just mean money or property. Sustenance is also peace, health, and a sense of security in the heart. By keeping the energy of those who upset you away from your portion, Allah actually freezes the blessings in your life and returns them to you manifold when the time comes. Those who think they are consuming your rights are actually just loading a heavy debt upon themselves. In the divine system, everything that is yours will eventually return to you. While protecting you, Allah carries your portion to a place where those who commit injustice cannot reach. When they think they have taken what is yours, they're actually just taking on the burdens and trials that were upon you. Your true abundance is counting down the days for you behind those locked doors under God's protection. You must be safe, because the guarantor of your provision is the Creator Himself, and He never breaks His word. The efforts of those who upset you and try to hinder your provision are like lighting a candle against the wind. As they blow, your light will shine even brighter, and your provision will become even more blessed. In this third part, we understood what a shield of protection, the security, a provision is, and how God makes your destiny untouchable. In the next part, we will examine the reflections of this protection on your health and inner balance, and how God surrounds your body with a shield of healing. Are you ready? Because your health is also the greatest treasure under God's protection. When a person suffers a severe injustice, they sometimes feel that not only their soul, but also their body is weary. My dear friend, sadness settles on the heart like a heavy weight. Your shoulders slump, and you feel your vital energy being drained. However, you must know that while God protects you against those who upset you, He surrounds not just your soul, but also your body with a divine shield of protection, so that the toxic and dark energy spread by those who hurt you does not seep into your body fortress. Divine will builds a healing armor that penetrates down to your very cells. Muhyiddin ibn Arabi says the body is the garment of the soul, and God protects the garment of His beloved servant against those who wish to stain it. When you remain silent and step aside, that stress and tension in your body give way to a divine serenity. The destructive energy of those who upset you and want to make you sick melts away within the shield of light around you. As God protects you, He balances your biological equilibrium and inner peace like a miracle. While your enemies think your strength is fading, you actually grow stronger by drawing from a divine source. This healing shield strengthens your immunity, clears your mind, and gives your heart an unshakable resilience. While those who upset you struggle with the unrest in their own inner worlds, you enjoy the unique health and well-being that God has blessed you with. Bodily security is not just about being protected from diseases. Bodily security is also not allowing the negative energy of others to poison your cells. As God protects you, He keeps your vital functions and joy of life like a locked treasure. Even if the emotional storms created by those who hurt you reach the shores of your body, they are never allowed to enter inside. You must be safe, because your body is the most precious trust the owner of the dominion has given you. And God Himself is the guarantor against those who wish to harm that trust. All those negative intentions of people who upset you and want to end you actually turn into spiritual fuel for you. You emerge from this process with a healthier, more vigorous, and wiser soul. In this fourth part, we understood what kind of biological protection the healing shield is, and how God makes your body untouchable. In the next part, we will examine the reflections of this protection on your reputation and social honor, and how God clears your name. Are you ready? Because your honor is also under God's unshakable guarantee. Human soul, the greatest need after bread and water is honor, my dear friend. Sometimes people come up with baseless claims to tarnish your name. Sometimes they plot behind closed doors just to tarnish your reputation. In moments when you remain silent and do not defend yourself, you may feel constricted, thinking you are facing a great injustice. However, you must know that your honor and dignity are under the protection of the owner of the universe. As God protects you against those who upset you, He envelops your name and reputation in a divine armor. Muhyiddin ibn Arabi states, when God wills to exalt a servant, even if the whole world united, they could not humiliate that servant. No matter how badly your enemies speak of you, God continues to whisper your truth and innocence into the hearts of people. To protect your reputation, the divine system sometimes makes people you have never met speak on your behalf. And sometimes he reveals the truth at such a time that those who accuse you are crushed under their own lies. You must remain calm, because your character and your honor are a trust. And protecting that trust is the Creator's own promise. The attacks of those who upset you are like a wind that merely brushes the dust off you. When this wind dies down, your radiance will emerge brighter than ever before. The immunity of your reputation is hidden within your own silence, because you wait with dignity instead of engaging in conflict. God clothes you in a suit of honor. Those who try to humiliate you end up revealing their own quality and character while exalting your nobility. As God protects you, He elevates your name to a status that those who commit injustices cannot reach. When they think they are tarnishing your reputation, they actually become messengers declaring your integrity to the whole world. Your honor is under God's guarantee of immunity, and that guarantee is never broken. All the dark plans of those who upset you and play with your honor are destined to remain like shadows before your sun. Because you stay silent, the angels themselves defend your cause, and your innocence shines like a beacon in the sky. This is part 5. In this section, we understood how the armor of honor provides social protection, and how God makes your reputation untouchable. In the next section, we will examine the effects of this protection on your inner psychological balance, and how God guards your mind with a shield of peace. Are you ready? Because your mental peace is also under God's unshakable protection. The mind sometimes turns into the greatest battlefield. My dear friend, the harsh words or injustices of those who hurt you echo endlessly within your brain. Their negative energy seeks to seize your world of thought and drag you into chaos. Yet you must know that as God protects you against those who hurt you, He surrounds not just your outer world, but your mind with a divine shield of peace. Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi states, true freedom is the mind's liberation from the imprisonment of others. God grants such serenity to your mind that the noise created by your enemies can never disturb the silence within you. When you trust in God and focus your mind only on His truth, every psychological attack from the outside bounces off your armor. As God protects you, He clears your mind like a miracle and grants you the ability to see the wisdom behind events. While those who hurt you want to confuse your mind and lead you to despair, the divine will places an unshakable relief in your heart. This mental security is your greatest strength. While they lose themselves in the chaos they created, you continue your journey in the world of clear thought that God has offered you. Mental protection is not just staying away from bad thoughts. Mental protection is also determining your self-worth by your place in God's presence. As God protects you, He keeps your mind like a locked room and allows only peace to enter it. Even if the mental storms created by those who hurt you reach your shores of thought, they are never allowed to seep inside. You must be safe, because your mind is one of the greatest blessings bestowed upon you by the owner of the dominion. And against those who want to darken that blessing, God Himself is by your side. All the negative efforts of those who upset you and want to cloud your mind actually turn into patience training for you. You emerge from this process as a person with a calmer mind, a more mature soul, and wiser thoughts. In these 6 episodes, we understood how the shield of peace is a form of mental protection, and how God makes your psychological balance untouchable. In the next episode, we will examine the reflections of this protection on your destiny and future opportunities, and how God removes the obstacles in front of you one by one. Are you ready? Because your future is also under God's unshakable protection. Sometimes when a door closes, a person thinks their life has stopped completely. My dear friend, when you think those who hurt you are blocking your path, hindering your success, or darkening your future, a deep anxiety may awaken within you. However, you must know that while God protects you from those who hurt you, He surrounds not just today, but your entire future with a divine armor of destiny. Muhyiddin ibn Arabi says, when God intends to open a path for a servant, even if the whole world unites to try to close that path, it is in vain. God takes your future provision and status under protection that those who commit injustice cannot reach. No matter how great the obstacles your enemies place before you, divine will turns those obstacles into steps for you. As God protects you, He keeps the true opportunities and auspicious doors that will come your way, like locked rooms. When those who hurt you think they are blocking your way, God is actually just steering you away from wrong paths and wrong people. This future security is your greatest assurance. While they drown in their own ambitions, you continue to walk safely on that bright path of destiny that God has drawn for you. The armor of destiny is not just about being protected from bad events. The armor of destiny is also about your portion reaching you at the right time and in the best way. As God protects you, He keeps your future success and peace like sealed trusts. Even if the dark clouds created by those who hurt you cover your sun for a while, they can never prevent that sun from rising. You must be safe, because your future has emerged from the pen of the owner of the dominion, and the hand that holds that pen wants your well-being more than you do. All the negative efforts of those who upset you and want to hinder your future are actually a spiritual maturation process for you. You emerge from this process as a person who looks to the future with more confidence and is more surrendered to their destiny. In the 7th episode, we understood how the armor of destiny is a form of future protection and how God makes the paths before you untouchable. In the next chapter, we will examine the reflections of this protection on your family peace and loved ones, and how God protects your home with a shield of blessings. Are you ready? Because your loved ones and your peace are also under God's unwavering protection. When the doors close on the home, which is life's most inviolable sanctuary, true protection actually begins there. Dear friend, today let us talk about the secret protection behind the walls of divine discipline. While some strive to disrupt your peace, God actually surrounds your home with such a shield of blessing that no storm outside can extinguish the fire in your hearth. Muhyiddin ibn Arabi states the true pillar of a home is not the timber but the sincere prayers offered within it. As God protects your family against those who upset you, He clears the air of your home with a divine serenity and plants unwavering devotion in the hearts of your loved ones. Even if the negative energy of those who wish to hurt you reaches your doorstep, it is not permitted to enter. While protecting you, God preserves the taste of the provisions in your home and the joy of your conversations, like a locked treasure While your enemies wait for chaos to break out in your family, the divine will transforms your home into an island of peace. This shield of blessing permeates everything, from the taste of the water in your house to the scent of the bread. While those who upset you struggle with unrest in their own homes, you enjoy that unique security and warmth with which God has graced your hearth. God surrounds your family with a shield of light, personally protecting them from the envious glances and ill intentions of others. Home security is not merely material safety. Home security is also your loved ones understanding your value and the strengthening of their bonds with you. While protecting you, God guards the love and respect in your home like a sealed trust. The external pressures created by those who hurt you actually turn into a means that binds you even closer to your family. You must be safe, because your home is one of the most sacred trusts that the owner of all dominion has bestowed upon you. And against those who want to violate that trust, God personally defends your home. All those negative efforts of those who upset you and envy your happiness actually turn into spiritual motivation that increases the gratitude and unity in your home. You emerge from this process as a person with a stronger family, a more peaceful household, and more abundant provisions. In this 8th chapter, we understood what kind of familial protection the shield of blessing is, and how God makes your home inviolable. In the next chapter, we will examine the reflections of this protection on your inner awakening and how God clothes your soul with the armor of truth. Are you ready? Because your spiritual ascension is also under God's unwavering protection. The greatest battle in human life is actually the journey of finding one's own truth. Dear friend, those who upset you sometimes strike the heaviest blows to destroy your self-confidence and harm your identity. They want you to blame yourself, doubt your own worth, and suffer a spiritual collapse. However, you should know that as God protects you against those who upset you, He clothes your soul in such an armor of truth that all the lies others tell about you melt away like pieces of ice before that armor. Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi states, when God places His own light in the heart of a servant, the darkness outside no longer holds any sway over that servant. While protecting you, Allah guides your soul to such an awakening that you begin to see those who upset you are actually tools of trial sent for your maturation. While they think they are hurting you, the divine system is actually polishing the gems within you that were about to fade. This spiritual elevation is your greatest victory. As you take refuge in Allah and discover your own truth, their attacks become stepping stones for your rise. Allah elevates your soul to such a station of security that none of their words can ever touch your inner peace. You must be secure, because your spiritual development is under the direct supervision of the owner of the dominion. The armor of truth is not just about protection from the outside world. The armor of truth is also about protecting your faith in your own essence. As Allah protects you, He raises your spiritual rank to a point that those who wrong you can never imagine. The emotional voids created by those who hurt you are actually spaces open for you to be filled with divine love and true knowledge. Because you remain silent and wait with dignity, Allah casts such a cloak of gravity upon you that people cannot understand why you are so peaceful when they are with you. Your soul has been sealed with Allah's seal of immunity, and no one but you can open that seal. All those negative attempts by those who upset you and wish to shake your spirituality actually serve as a means for your divine closeness to increase. You emerge from this process as a person with a brighter soul, a more spacious heart, and a higher consciousness. In this 9th episode, we understood what kind of spiritual protection the armor of truth is, and how Allah makes your spiritual awakening inviolable. In the next and final episode, we will talk about the ultimate result of this magnificent journey of protection and the sealing of absolute safety. Are you ready? Because your great victory and lasting peace are now glad tidings, very close at hand. When you reach the end of the road, you realize that you are actually standing at the gate of the greatest beginning. My dear friend, today we will talk about that blessed moment when all these shaking processes end and divine protection becomes an eternal seal on your soul. Muhyiddin ibn Arabi says true victory is not defeating your enemy, but achieving absolute peace by surrendering the fear and anxiety within you to the owner of the dominion. When you succeed in stepping aside and leave those who upset you to Allah's justice, you have actually given yourself the greatest reward on earth. Allah completes the process of protecting you against those who upset you by stamping an unshakable seal of security upon your heart. In this final stage, the divine system does not just protect you, it keeps you fixed at this new level you have reached. Now, neither the power nor the words of those who want to hurt you can create even a small ripple in your heart that expands like an ocean. Allah has surrounded you with such armor that you are no longer just being protected. At the same time, you are transforming into a North Star radiating peace and security to those around you. While those who upset you seek a way out in their own dark labyrinths, you walk safely on that wide path, illuminated by the light of Allah. This is your great victory. Without entering into a fight, without sighing, and only by preserving your purity, you have become the most honorable witness to divine justice. Absolute security is now a part of your character. From now on, whatever happens to you, know that you have a Creator who cherishes you and heavenly hosts defending your rights. God has protected your honor, provision, family, and soul with a seal that no will on earth can ever break. You must feel secure because your surrender is your greatest fortress. When the attacks of those who hurt you end, only your dignified and noble stance will remain. The Creator has made you dear with His protection and rewarded your patience with a breeze from the gardens of paradise. Now, as you complete this magnificent journey, take a deep breath and feel that unique peace within you. Say, "Oh my Lord, I remained silent. You protected me. I waited. You manifested your will." This sacred seal will be the greatest compass for the rest of your life. May your path always be bright and your heart always be content. You just maintain your honesty and that unshakable trust, because God is the only refuge and the greatest defender of a sorrowful heart. Stay in the care of God, the best of guardians, my dear friend. May your victory be eternal.